Sing to the rock, sing to the tree, sing to the firefly lighting up the sky. Sing, sing to the sea.
Hello, I'm Mary Whelan, and this is the song Voices of Dissent. And today I am very pleased to present Linq.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure to be here today. We songwriters never know where the inspiration for our next song is going to come from. And I was down in Knoxville performing a few years back, and I happened to be sitting in a hotel restaurant right across the aisle from two very well-dressed women, very obviously well-off money-wise. And I happened to overhear one of them say, "I really didn't care for the pillows." And I thought, what a great line for a song. So I wrote it down. I actually think it was on a napkin. And I set it aside, and this is what happened. It's called Pillow. The ladies were seated nearby, discussing their overnight stay at the fancy hotel in the city. I overheard one of them say, "I didn't care for the pillows that came with my queen-size bed. I didn't care for the pillow I place beneath my head." They went to complain to the manager. Something could surely be done to replace those inferior pillows while they went out to play in the sun. She didn't care for the pillows that came with her queen-size bed. She didn't care for the pillow she placed beneath her head. Meanwhile, I stared at the headlines, touting war and destruction and death. Homes, towns, and families destroyed, and survivors who had fled. The new widow grieved as she traveled, seeking food and a place to stay. Now she sleeps in a tent in a refugee camp, and she hopes that maybe someday she could have a pillow to place beneath her head. She could have a pillow, and she could have a bed. Ladies were seated nearby, discussing their overnight stay at the fancy hotel in the city. I was an independent retail pharmacist for my whole career. Had my own independent pharmacy. And I ended up leaving the profession because healthcare had changed so much with all the games going on behind the scenes between the pharmaceutical industry and the health insurance industry. And so I sold the pharmacy to pursue my music and I wrote an album of some scathing songs about healthcare from my own personal experience. And I saw this problem with addiction a long time ago. It's called Addicted to Drugs. It started out so innocently, an injury at work. The doctor gave him medicine to ease his pain and hurt. Now he's addicted to drugs, addicted to drugs. He used to be a nice guy, but now his temper's short. Slapped his wife around the other day. Now he's off to court, and he's addicted to drugs, addicted to drugs. So his wife and kids just left him. They packed and moved away. You know he didn't mean to scare them, but now he'll pay. And he wonders how he got here. The days are such a blur. He lives from fix to fix with a stagger and a slur. Now he heads out to the drugstore. He knows it's way too soon, but he needs those drugs to dull the pain so he can make it through. Just one more day, addicted to drugs, addicted to drugs. He'd like to get his life back. Yes, he'd really like to quit. Maybe he'll try later after just one more hit. But he's addicted to drugs, addicted to drugs. I wrote this song after I read an article about a black gay musician in New York City who had been jumped by 4 young men between the ages of 16 and 20 while he was walking down the street. They beat him up, put him in the hospital, and there were some witnesses who said these young men were yelling both homophobic and racist slurs, and that got me to thinking about Matthew Shepard and how he was taken out into the country and tied up to a fence and left to die. And I wrote this song about it. It's called Change the Picture. Change, change. Nobody's born a racist. Nobody's born a homophobe. Nobody's born a bully. that stuff at home. And in the churches, in the schoolyard, on the street, in the movies, on TV. Nobody's born with hate in their heart. It's what they learn from what they hear and what they see. So let's change the picture. Let's change the words. We can have a whole new conversation, and we just might change the world. Yeah, we just might change the world. Deserves to be beaten. No one deserves to live in fear. No one deserves to be murdered. Let's send a message loud and clear that we can change the picture, change the words. We can have a whole new conversation, and we just might change the world. We just might change the world. 'Cause nobody's born a racist. Nobody's born a homophobe. Nobody's born a bully. Well, they learn all that stuff at home. And in their churches, in the schoolyard, on the street, in the movies, on TV. Nobody's born with hate in their heart. It's what they learn from what they hear and what they see. So let's change the picture. Let's change the words. We can have a whole new conversation, and we just might change the world. Yeah, we just might change the world. We just might change the world.
Well, I'm so glad you could be here today, Linq.
Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's to be here. You've been on before, but this is a new version of the show.
Right.
You know, Voices of Dissent.
And I have enough of those voices right in my head, coming out of my mouth.
Yes, now I ran into you at the People's Music Network's winter gathering that was in Greenfield.
Right.
That was maybe January?
It was the end of January.
Yeah. And so when I saw you there, I said, oh, I got to have her come. I mean, she's been doing social change songs for like all along,
yeah,
right? We've always been writing social change type songs.
The very first song I ever recorded and released was called War Machine.
Yeah.
Back in 2002? 2002, 2003, I guess, is when it actually went out. Yeah.
And so so pretty much all your albums basically have a lot of social change.
They do.
And you've done like what, 6 or 7 or so?
I have 6 full-length albums out,
yeah.
And I have a couple of other singles out there too. Including a brand new one, which I'll be playing today.
Yeah. Now, your new CD is Time to Draw the Line?
That's the single.
Okay. Oh, that's the single.
That's the single. It's about global warming, yes.
Okay, and it's a call to action to heal the warming planet.
That's correct, right. I released it strategically at the end of January, the Tuesday after the inauguration, because I'm rather concerned about the willful ignorance of the new administration on anything to do with climate change. So.
Yeah, they would rather spout alternative facts as opposed to believing scientific facts.
They're putting out all the fake news. What can I say?
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, and I just thought it was important to get this song out there. I've been fortunate to have it on many stations across the country so far, into Canada and a little into Europe also. So.
Okay, great. And So I know you've got more music to play, so I don't want to go long with the interview. So
Yeah.
but I do want people to know how to get in touch with you or find out more about your music.
Sure. My website is linqmusic.com. That's LINQ music.com. I'm also on Facebook. Just type in Linq Music and it'll show up. I have a Reverb Nation account that if you just type in Linq, when you're there, you'll get that. And I'm in the process actually of updating my website, but it's the long-standing one that's still active now. I'm working on a new one, but I'm not sure when it's going to go live.
Okay, so you're going to do a completely new site rather than just updating what you've
I'm doing a whole different setup. I'm updating it. I'm going to be using Bandzoogle, but it'll still be linqmusic.com. Once I just need to switch the address over to that site. Yeah.
Great.
So yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you could come, and I know you got some more music for us.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
It's time to draw the line.
Yep, it is.
The clock is ticking, ticking, ticking while we're talking about the future. Earth is warming, warming, warming while we're chilling, chilling, chilling about its fate. Let's stop the drilling, 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 and the spilling, spilling, spilling for the profit. Time to draw the line before it's too late. 'Cause where will we go when the Arctic has no more ice and snow? When the oceans all overflow, our coastlines, where will we go? Shale is cracking, cracking, cracking from the fracking, fracking, fracking under pressure. Earth is quaking, 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 ground is shaking, shaking, shaking in distress. Toxins leaking, 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 yes, they're seeping, seeping, seeping into water. Time to draw the line, let's clean up this mess. 'Cause what will we drink with tainted water in our sink? If our crops all shrivel in the heat and die, will we survive? Climate change is real. Let's give our earth a chance to heal. We can't let deniers steal our children's future. The clock is ticking, ticking, ticking while we're talking, talking, talking about the future. Earth is warming, warming, warming while we're chilling, chilling, chilling about its fate. The clock is ticking, ticking, ticking while we're talking, talking, talking. Ticking, 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 we're just talking, talking, talking. Ticking, ticking, ticking while we're talking, talking, talking about the future. Some of you may remember a few years back when an 11-year-old boy from Springfield, Massachusetts, hanged himself in his bedroom because he couldn't manage to go to school again. He was being bullied horribly, and it cost him his life. And I wrote this song using him as a template. It's called "Oh Bully." Beautiful boy with an easy smile, gentle soul and a flair for style. Tried his best to please his mom, did his chores, got his homework done. Bully coiled to attack that beautiful lad in the schoolyard, enlisting his gang to sink their fangs into that child's innocent heart. Oh, bully, what have you done? You said you and your gang were just having fun, calling him faggot, calling him queer, spewing your venom into his ear. But the day arrived that lad couldn't go inside that schoolyard, so filled with pain and grief. So he stayed at home instead and hung himself in his room. Oh, bully, what have you done? You said you and your gang were just having fun, calling him faggot, calling him queer, spewing your venom into his ear. Now beneath the cold gray sky the hearse rolls by, cars snaking along behind, and the kids in the gang come over and hang at the edge of the sidewalk to try and catch a glimpse of the ghost that will haunt them the rest of their lives. Oh, bully, what have you done? You murdered a child with your hateful tongue.